Nice to see you, Dr. Ron here. The COVID-19 pandemic has been with us for over 2 years now, and depending who you're talking with, things are either improving or we've let our guards down a little too soon, and we're now dealing with what essentially is another surge. Hopefully, one in which things can be contained reasonably well. I don't need to tell people that the pandemic has caused untold tales of sorrow. People have experienced loss, loss of loved ones, loss of health, loss of jobs, lots of different negative circumstances. People in my profession have actually seen, in many cases, uh, the kind of surge we don't particularly like to see, but a surge of new patients because of depression or other kinds of COVID related mental health issues. At the same time, I've been thinking a bit, not something I always do, but try to do fairly frequently. And what spurred my thinking is the fact that a couple of days ago I ordered some new and heavier weights for working out. Should be arriving in the next day or two, looking forward to it. The reason that I did that is because my current set of weights and cables and resistance bands and things that I use for working out at home, I've kind of exceeded the potential full range of benefits. I can still, keep fairly toned by using them for working out, but combined with the fact that I managed to maintain a more structured and healthier eating plan during the pandemic, has caused, weight loss, and I do want to retain and maintain strength and muscle bulk and the kinds of things that heavier weights do for us. In addition, it's kind of a known fact that uh, arthritis, which tends to target many of us by the time we reach a certain age, that one of the best ways of coping with it is through weightlifting and other resistance exercises. So it got me to thinking that, as lousy as the pandemic has been, that there have been some things that uh, we've been able to make the best of in various ways. Um, as I said, have developed a workout regimen that doesn't require me going to the gym. I have uh, managed to, as some of you have heard in other presentations by me, that I've lost a reasonable amount of weight during the pandemic just by a healthier and more structured eating plan. I'd be glad to share with you. Um, while I know some people have put on COVID pounds, I've managed to avoid that. I've been doing some regular reading and structured in some of those kinds of things in my life. Uh, and, just between the working out and taking daily walks, I've managed to offset some of the things that I would normally be getting from the gym. I have to say that I miss the gym some. I miss going to and browsing in bookstores, but I've adapted my life to it. In addition, I've made some new friends, joining a group on Zoom, and as things have opened up, gotten to meet and spend some time with them personally in a live face-to-face situation. And I'm wondering about you. Have you looked at this time as a time of total misery? And it's hard not to if you've experienced a major loss, again, of a loved one, of your health, a significant part of your health, loss of a job, or whatever. I know that's a lot harder than it is for others. But I'm wondering if you have taken the time to look at whether you've built some things into your own life because you were forced to, because we've been staying home for big periods of time, because we were limited in the kinds of interactions we were able to have with others. Have you been able to develop some things that you can look at and say, hey, I don't have to be depressed totally about what's been going on. I'm obviously disappointed, but I've made some positive changes for myself. As I said, I've done it in terms of my own habits, my own ability to shift gears relative to things like working out and reading, so on. Managed to get pretty good at interacting with others online and maintain and even build new relationships. It's a lousy way to have to do it. Nobody would choose to want to do it that way. But if you've found that there are things that you've learned about yourself that have led to self-improvement and have worked for you in a way that you want to maintain them, whatever happens down the road in terms of the pandemic, and let's hope that whatever we're going through at the moment, that we won't be returning to the darkest days, although nobody can predict it. But whatever you've done, you've learned some sustainable behaviors and made some positive changes. Because again, a lot of people are feeling depressed. A lot of people have been in a bad place relative to this. Part of that is reality, and part of it is due to what they're thinking and not noticing some of the things that have gone right. And so this is kind of a plea to encourage you to evaluate yourself fully. Think about things that have gone right. Think about new behaviors and strategies that you may have implemented as a result of being confined as you were, and think about how you're going to sustain them into the future. And if you've got some ideas that you can share with others in this regard, please put them in the comments. Looking forward to hearing from you and looking forward to interacting with you again next time. It's been Dr. Ron Kaiser from the Mental Health Gym, Rejuvenating University, and the Rejuvenating Revolution. Stay positive and stay safe.